When Comedy Central started, one of the first shows they had that was big was Politically Incorrect.
Yeah.
Which later moved on to ABC, which is now Real Time with Bill Maher. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, growing up, Comedy Central, I think like I'm one of the first generation of kids that grew up with first cable, but then you had Comedy Central. 91, I was 8 years old, and I was able to watch a bunch of comedy that, I would have never had access to before Comedy Central. But HBO was still the thing where when you got the free weekend, you would try to tape whatever specials you could and watch it. And I remember being a kid and seeing like those half hours, like Chappelle's half hour, Patton Oswalt's half hour from the mid-90s, and you'd see all those and be like, man, this is the shit. HBO is, because you knew they were unedited. Comedy Central was still cable. So then even Chappelle's Killing 'Em Softly and all those kind of specials were, both the rocks. Getting one was like, oh, fuck. It was great, but there was like also like this pressure.
Yeah, was Bigger and Blacker HBO?
Yeah, both. Bigger and Blacker and Bring the Pain.
Because I never had HBO, and HBO for me was like a hotel on vacation.
Yeah.
Was like a big thing. Like, oh snap, we got an HBO. Like they're swearing in these specials.
Yeah.
Like it was a big deal.
You find out what year HBO started. It had to be, if I had to take a guess, I say 73, 74.
Yeah.
I still remember my friends talking about a movie called Groove Tube.
Yeah.
Okay, and it was either the lead up to a film called Kentucky Fried Chicken, Kentucky Fried Film, or vice versa.
72.
72. It was the whole cast of Saturday Night Live before Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
Chevy Chase, John Candy. See who the cast was?
Of the SNL in 72?
No.
No, it's Kentucky Fried.
Oh, sorry.
Of Groove Tube.
Groove Tube, sorry.
If you look
So this is basically like you're like seeing like a mixtape of comedy.
No, this was not stand-up.
Yeah, but I'm saying like of improv people that are
Yes.
going to go on to be SNL.
Right. This was
Yeah.
brilliantly done. Who was the cast?
Ken Shapiro, Richard Belzer, who we just talked about, Chevy Chase, Buzzy Linhart, who I've never heard of, Richmond Bear, Berkeley Harris. Are these names ringing a bell?
No, but they were like improv people that were
Yeah.
well known. And, it was just sketches. Like Kentucky Fried Movie was a sketch. They were in a courtroom and fucking all of a sudden the attorney opens the briefcase up and takes a dick out and puts it on his head. And he starts saying, we are from another planet and all this shit. When you're 12 and you smoke
That's
a
what you
joint
wanna
between
see.
18 kids,
Yeah.
it's hysterical. Show
Yeah.
another scene of 3 black guys playing dice, and a white guy walks up, puts a construction helmet on, and he looks at all 3 guys and he goes, niggers, and he runs and they chase him.
Yeah.
And then it showed, But the moral of the story is Kentucky Fried Movie, 72, you said?
Well, HBO started in 74.
74. So I was 11. I was correct.
And that's,
And I was
SNL
dying.
started in 75.
I was dying to see a tit.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
the word on the street was Groove Tube had a scene where a guy chased a naked woman, but it was on HBO. Again, nobody had HBO.
No one had HBO.
I still remember.
It's brand new, so
I
they're
still remember sitting my mom down, Cuban mom,
yeah.
and like breaking it down for her how I needed HBO for school, and because they don't know, they're watching Telemundo.
Wait, you
know?
pushed a subscription to a pay channel for a titty?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
I'm like,
brilliant.
Mom, let me talk to you about
What
this.
big? That's big thinking.
It had to be like $14.95. So my
Yeah.
mom goes, "We'll do it on one condition: we split it." I was like, "Fine." So I had there was a box. You had to get boxes in those days.
Yeah.
It was a box with a switch, and it was like 1 to 14, 14 to 28, 28 to whatever.
Yeah.
And those were the channels.
Yeah.
And then there were porno channels, Lee, on like 56, but they would come in slanted.
Yeah, scrambled. They'd come in scrambled.
And
I
then
remember
you had to scramble the button, and you'd catch like the pussy, and you'd start jerking off. Then it would go away. Like,
Yeah, you're just going to get glimpses of it.
But I still remember putting my mother together
That's so
for HBO, her going out, the Groove Tube being on, and me sitting there, underwear off, ready to bang this motherfucker out to the fucking Groove
What a
Tube.
space shuttle
And
launch.
it was just a scene.
Yeah.
That's it.
Did you, and there was no way like now there's DVR. Now you can rewind TV,
Right.
but then you had to almost,
That's it.
It was timing. It was all timing.
There
You
was
had
no
to be
DVR.
ready.
There was no VCR.
You couldn't see something and backtrack it. You couldn't see something and be like, let me go back and now I'm going to jerk off to it. You were like, I have to get ready to jerk off to this exact moment.
Like Woman in Red.
Yeah.
Woman in Red with the chick, the hot chick. She was the one from Weird Science.
Oh, the one,
Kelly LeBrock.
yeah, Kelly LeBrock was awesome.
Kelly LeBrock was pure heat.
Yeah, Weird
87.
Science was a movie that I could jerk off to.
Weird Science, she's beautiful. The one she did when she married poor Steven Seagal.
Yeah.
Steven Seagal ruined her fucking career. that he was. She was fucking beautiful.
But I'm the generation of like the VHSs of those. So you would get like the VHS of Weird Science and then jerk off to the Kelly LeBrock coming out after
the
they
shower
make her.
or whatever, yeah. Oh
and then
my
you just be like, all right. And then eventually come and then Chet's on the screen and you're like, get the fuck out of here.
But with me, one time, what's his name goes to ring her doorbell and she gets out of bed and she's naked.
Yeah.
And for a split second, you see her pussy. I still remember 1986 freezing that, being so coked up.
Yeah.
And just like trying to get a hard on and just freezing Kelly LeBrock's pussy. Like you didn't see the clit or nothing.
Yeah.
Just a little black bush of hair of her getting out of the window, getting out of bed and looking out the window, and then they don't show it again.
I think the first one for me was maybe Titanic with the boob.
That was your first titty?
I think so. I don't know. That's the first one I can remember being like, oh my God.
But the first tit I saw was when I went to see The Godfather. When she takes her shirt off on the honeymoon. Like my head almost exploded. Like I was 10, I was like, all right, now I know why my mom hides those bras. I didn't know what a bra was for. Now.
Yeah. You didn't realize it was to conceal something great.
And she didn't have good, Apollonia did not have
Apollonia
great
was
titties.
hot though.
She was beautiful.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Tuesday. But she had like,
learn to jerk.
She had like, she already had a kid titties.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? She already had like 2 Mexican kid titties.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the nipples looked the aortas.
She's on the comeback tour for her titties.
She was on the comeback tour. So, like, that was, I just wanted to talk about HBO. Like,
but yeah, Schwarzenegger.
And then my mother kept it.
Just for the rest.
We kept it. And, you just started watching stuff.
How you caught Carlin, a bunch of
Carlin,
the
all
original
that
Carlin.
stuff.
Like he did like 10 at HBO.
Yeah,
he did something crazy.
And
but that's
then, and then I lost. I lost. My mom died, and then we got HBO again. Me and my buddy in high school chipped in and got HBO.
Yeah,
because for $200, you could get somebody to connect a pole. And he'd give you everything. So the dude lived next door to me.
Yeah.
And he was selling boxes, $250, lifetime subscription.
I was just
rated X, porn from China, midget porn, fucking,
so you got the upgrade?
Rapes that happened on the street that people caught with fucking, they had everything on there. Like, if you
Argentinian
wanted,
news. You get weird shit.
$200 one-time payment.
Yeah.
Then after about 6 months, they put a trap on your box. Then you would call him and he'd take the trap off. And I still remember the best month ever. It's weird. I saw Mike Binder last night at the store. Great man.
He's awesome. Mike Binder's the man.
Mike Binder's the man. And he had a movie called Hollywood Nights in 1981.
Yeah.
And it was, this is HBO only had.
Yeah.
It's so weird how I put on TV now and HBO has HBO 9.
Yeah.
HBO Latino, HBO Dirty Comedy, HBO Regular Comedy, HBO Ukraine, HBO 1, 2, 3, HBO Trump.
East and West.
Yeah, East and West.
Only audio.
When I was growing up, it was fucking HBO.
Yeah.
And they had 8 movies.
I'm hoping they put mine on the original one.
Yeah, and they had 8 movies. That's it. And every night for a month, they played those same movies, only in a different order. So me and my buddy had a pact. We would come home at 12, walk the pathmark, shoplift ice cream. Like we go, what do you have? $2? I got $4. What are the essentials? We'll lift the rest.
Yeah.
So we would like shoplift like salami and shit like that, but we'd buy ice cream and eggs, and we'd go home and make like protein shakes and salami sandwiches on white bread, and we'd watch The Raging Bull, Hollywood Nights, and Thief with James Caan. It was on every night.
So you just turn it on and you get guaranteed one of those.
One of those movies was going to be on.
Did
the
ever
movie behind it was going to be Thief, and the movie behind that was going to be Hollywood Nights.
Yeah.
It was like 3 in order.
So if you get Thief, you're like, all right, we got Raging Bull next,
and
hopefully.
Then HBO got dark for a while.
Yeah.
Like they started showing a lot of pussy. They had a show.
Are you talking about Red Shoe Diaries?
They had Retro Diaries. They had The Hitchhiker.
The Hitchhiker. I don't remember The Hitchhiker.
Hitchhiker was this lonely dude that walked on the road like kung fu, but he didn't know
it was
kung
just with
fu.
his dick?
He was just a dirty white dude that walked around and hot white women would fuck him, pull over. And it was like titties in the bush, but they wouldn't show penetration.
Yeah.
But good
It's a
enough.
lot of him holding her by the lower back
right,
and
like
then moving
all
at
that
the same
stuff.
time.
Softcore
Yeah,
stuff,
it's
And he would fuck her in a car.
yeah.
Or in a tent outside, or they would do something along the road, and then she would leave him, and then he would walk in the following episode. Some
Just
other
fuck
dirty
someone
bitch would
else.
pick him up.
Dude, just dicking from town to town.
That would come on like at 12:30,
Yeah.
on Fridays, and then they had Tales from the Crypt.
Loved it.
Loved it. Tales
Loved it.
from something, some little midget.
Yeah,
monster.
the Crypt Keeper?
Yeah, the Crypt
Just
Keeper.
talking all that shit. Where you'd be like, and here's
Yeah.
another one.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I loved it. That was like, I was kind of the age where I hit puberty right as HBO went titty heavy, like with like Dream On, which was like a comedy show, but they would always show titties. You just knew at one point in the episode, you're like, I'm gonna see titties. And I was at that age, kind of like you were at, where you're like timing it out. Where you're like, all right, Dream On's on, let's get ready. And then the titty, and you're like, go. But then we had tapes of like Cinemax movies, because Cinemax came along and was like, we know what you guys want. Just a little bit of story and a lot of softcore fun.
Cinemax is just disgusting.
Yeah. Well, they just came along and like, here's this softcore porn, which was the best.
Yeah, they started like at 10:30.
Yeah. And you were just like, because you knew that, because my friend Mitch had the box, had the black box that unscrambled everything. So you get the Spice Channel, but it was at my friend's house. And that you don't want to just like watching porn with like 7 other 12-year-old dudes in a room. And you're like, all right, I got to get at it. Everyone would leave. Everyone would just eventually be like, I get the fuck out of here. Because everyone wanted to go home and jerk off because you're like watching porn. And now kids it's just on their phones. They're just like, oh, like just look at porn. You had to like find it like a truffle pig.